Hey ground school members, welcome into Private Pilot Lesson 1.5, the aerodynamics of flight. The buzzword I want you to take away from this is Bernoulli's principle. This is a term that I guarantee is going to show up on your check ride. I guarantee it's going to show up on your written test. We talk about it in the written test prep boot camp. It's one thing to know it though, it's another thing to be able to apply it. So how does Bernoulli's principle apply to our aircraft? Well, let's take a look at our airplane. Our aircraft has what's called a cambered wing. What that means is air hits the leading edge and travels straight underneath the wing, and air also hits the leading edge and follows the track along the camber of our wing. The air traveling over the top of the wing has to travel faster to keep up with the wind traveling underneath the wing. This creates an area of low pressure, and this is what generates our lift. So throw out any misconceptions of how flight works. We are literally being sucked up into the air. Bernoulli's principle simply says that air has to travel faster over the top part of the camber of our wing. It creates a low pressure system and literally sucks us up into the air. That is Bernoulli's principle, and on the private pilot level, that's what you need to understand about aerodynamics related to that now. Now look at the actual camber. If we took that wing and we sliced it in half, this is what it would look like. You can see it's flat underneath, and it has, on top of that leading edge, it follows that camber up and over. It's like half of a venturi is how the camber of that wing actually works. Now what about when we're climbing out? You're going to hear this buzzword called angle of attack. What is angle of attack? Well, we're climbing up on out. We have that relative wind, like we just talked about, the wind hitting the leading edge. That's our relative wind. And then if we took a line and drew it straight through the wing itself, we have what's called our chord line. The relative wind's going to stay the same. The chord line's going to change as you pitch up and pitch down. The difference between the chord line and the relative wind is known as our angle of attack. So the definition you need to understand is that angle of attack equals the angle between the chord line and the relative wind. On the private pilot level, that is what you need to understand and know it well enough to be able to explain it just like I did to a check ride examiner. That's private pilot aerodynamics. Guys, I'll see you over in the next lesson.